I am deeply honored and pleased to recognize my former boss, a man who actually needs no introduction, but may not have been awarded in this particular category before. I think this might be his first nomination, at least for an air quality award. We are honoring Governor Schwarzenneger for his environmental legacy as governor of California. He, of course, is also known as a champion athlete and a world-famous actor, successful politician, engaged activist. His career has truly been multifaceted and defies categorization as well as expectations. The same can be said of his environmental accomplishments. In 2006, he signed Assembly Bill 32, California's Global Warming Solutions Act, which was even more groundbreaking than we realized at the time. It put California at the forefront of climate change mitigation and gave CARB the responsibility to find causes and solutions to one of the most important issues of our time. Governor Schwarzenegger also shepherded California's pioneering motor vehicle emission standards through the federal approval process in difficult circumstances, paving the way for substantial reductions of both climate-changing emissions and the adverse health impacts of vehicle emissions, and he was never afraid to take on the opposition regardless of their party or their size. While Governor Schwarzenegger's policy achievements are impressive, his approach to environmental leadership is also, I think, equally worthy of recognition. For the fact is that he brought a global vision, as well as a respect for science, an openness to innovation, talent for post-partisan collaborative partnership in the service of enlightened policymaking, and these have been an inspiration to many. The California Air Resources Board, he's also a car collector, by the way, and that's also very in keeping, I think, with California and our love of automobiles. So we are honored, Governor Schwarzenegger, to have you with us today to receive the Haagen-Smit Legacy Award. And I hope you'll come forward and say a few words about your legacy for all of us.
Thank you very much, Mary, for the wonderful introduction. It's exactly the way I wrote it. Thank you. This is really fantastic. At first, I want to say congratulations to all of the recipients that are here today, that they've received this great award. So congratulations to all of you. Give them a big hand for their great work that they have done. I love this award because obviously I've gotten many awards. But this one is very meaningful, and I think you pointed it out, because it comes, first of all, from you. It comes from the Air Resources Board. It has the name Haagen-Smit. I mean, it's like, what a genius he was. I mean, to be one of the first, if not the first, to really talk about smog and what is smog all about and how deadly it can be. And he was one of the greatest scientists, really breakthrough stuff. And so he's one of those great immigrants that has contributed a lot to this country and to the world. And on top of it, I just thank the world of it that Ronald Reagan was smart enough to appoint him, not to look at party, we don't even know what party affiliation he had, but to just appoint the top person in the world to the position of leading the Air Resources Board. So to me, that is also a great part of the story. If you think about it, that was 50 years ago, and now this year we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Air Resources Board. So 50 years ago, Governor Ronald Reagan appointed him to be the chair of the Air Resources Board. I mean, Haagen-Smit was the man. Now, 50 years later, you have Trump appointing Pruitt to the EPA. What happened? What happened? This is so sad. But this is why I'm so proud of this award, because this man was a brilliant, brilliant man. And I just want to say also that the Air Resources Board has done such an extraordinary job in these last 50 years. It's really unbelievable. And of course, I want to say thank you very much to you, Mary, for doing such an extraordinary job. Because we have done really great work when I was governor. And with the help, of course, of Senator Parfley, who is here today with us, my partner, who was really the genius behind all of this and wrote the bills, knew all the details. What a great partner she was. We traveled to Washington, we lobbied together and all this. It was really great where Democrats and Republicans truly worked together to solve those problems. And it was really great to work with her and to come up with great ideas, for instance, the hydrogen highway, or to make a commitment to have 50% of renewables rather than just 15%, or to go and reduce greenhouse gases by 25% by the year 2020 and 85% by the year 2050, and the Green Building Initiative, and the list goes on and on and on. But I have to say that the smartest and the best decision that I've made when it comes to environment was to appoint you and Sandra Berg to be chairing this committee. Because when this position became available, I had to look for the best person in the world. And I looked, and I looked, and there it was right in front of me, the person that was really an expert in cap and trade. You did actually, when they made the agreement under the Bush administration about acid rain, you were the one during the Clinton administration that came in and actually did it, successfully did it. And this is why I said that is the person that we need here to chair this committee. And you came out here, you accepted the job, so thank you very much, because without you, none of this would have happened, because we, governors and legislators, we come and go, and we come and go, and we come and go. But you are dug in here like an Alabama tick. And you do the follow-through, because it's one thing to talk about it and to pass laws, but it's a whole different thing to then actually make the action happen and to turn it into reality. And this is what you and the entire board does. I want to congratulate all of you for the great work that you have done. So big hands to all of them for the great work that you have accomplished. And we all know that it was not easy. We all have gone through the battles. I mean, we have seen the moments when the naysayers came out and said this, when you pass those environmental laws, it would send California right down with the economy, jobs would be lost, and the whole state would go in the ocean. And how wrong they were. We even had the federal government fighting us on every step of the way. But we recognized that never, ever to say no and to back off. We pushed and we pushed, and we even went to the Supreme Court, and we won in the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court decided that, yes, greenhouse gases is a pollutant, and yes, we can regulate our own air. So this, we fought and fought. I remember the days, and you remember when all the car manufacturers came to my office, and they said, we're going to bury you. We're going to spend millions and millions of dollars against you, and they tried to scare me. So I told them, I said, we're going to terminate you. And they backed off, and now we have nationally the emission standard, which was really fantastic. So this is the kind of work we have done here. So I just want to say that I'm proud of the work that we have done. We didn't do it just for ourselves, but we did it also as an inspiration for the rest of the world, because now other states are inspired here in the United States, and the whole world is inspired by the great work that has been done. So thank you very much for the great work they've done, and thank you for this great award. Thank you.